Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for June 5th, 2025 on this Thursday edition here. We're going to be looking at the weather for the lower 48 United States. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so you can get the latest notifications of the weather in the lower 48. First, we're looking at courtesy of pivotalweather.com, the temperatures, the maximum high temperatures for the day on June 6th, tomorrow. For tomorrow, June 6th. 2025. As you can see, summer is coming in early here for the southeast, the mid-Atlantic, also out in the west and in the upper Midwest, and also in the northwest here. Temperatures range from a 95 degrees, 93 degrees Fahrenheit in Dallas-Fort Worth, 94 in Houston, to 91 in New Orleans, over 92 in Jacksonville, and 85 degrees Fahrenheit in Miami with a 95 degrees heat index, 87 degrees in D.C., 86 degrees tomorrow in Massachusetts, and 76 degrees Fahrenheit in Boston. A nice day there, a nice day along the Great Lakes, 66 degrees Fahrenheit in Houston and Chicago tomorrow. The Twin Cities checking in at 72 degrees and 74 degrees Minnesota, respectively. So the heat is on for much of the country. This is great news for those who've been waiting for a little bit more heat to come and feel like summer. Now, we do have that risk of storms coming in. The Storm Prediction Center does outline for tomorrow, this is June 6, 2025, outlook for Friday, an enhanced risk pretty much in the same areas today, that northeastern Colorado corridor, I-70 heading into the high plains of Kansas, Oklahoma Panhandle, down in the Texas Panhandle there, south of Amarillo. There's an enhanced risk. That's a 3 out of 5 risk that you can see large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. So that will be the hot spot, the nation's heartland, and then a slight risk outlining that for places like Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Amarillo, Abilene, and Norman, Oklahoma, along the Red River Valley there. Now, everywhere else is just going to be a marginal risk. This includes places like Little Rock, Memphis, Wichita, Springfield, Syracuse, New York, Vermont, over the Berkshires, western Berkshires, and into a slight risk is also extended here into the highlands of Pennsylvania, the lower highlands of Pennsylvania, and northeastern Pennsylvania as well, into Binghamton, New York, and places like that, and upstate the Hudson River Valley there. There's a slight risk for some storms to get fired up there. Otherwise, just garden variety thunderstorms here from the Wilmington, North Carolina, down through the low country of South Carolina, and along the I-95 corridor heading into Florida from Jacksonville, Daytona Beach, Cocoa Beach, Palm Bay, Palm Coast, and down to Melbourne, and all the way down to Indian Atlantic and over towards the Tampa area here in Lakeland. You could be experiencing just garden variety showers here, 0 out of 5 general garden variety thunderstorms extending in the Ohio Valley, heading out west into the Four Corners area here. Now, looking at the hazards for today, this is going to be the hazards for June 5th, 2025. We had that flood watch in green from Oklahoma City, Tulsa, back up towards Springfield, and then we also have the winter storm warning also going on in the eastern Colorado. The winter storm warning here in pink going on in eastern Colorado for tomorrow, and also into El Paso and other areas here, Marfa, Fort Stockton here, those areas. Now, in yellow, we have a tornado watch. These tornadoes, like I said, is going to continue into tomorrow in that same areas here, south of Amarillo, Texas, over toward eastern New Mexico, maybe places like Tumancari, Roswell, Truth or Consequences. You're going to be involved in the tornado watch in yellow here, and this extends in eastern Colorado and also in Kansas as well. But elsewhere, East Coast looks quiet, West Coast looks quiet. There is still flash flood warnings going on east of the Las Vegas area, metro area, so be very careful if you're heading along I-22, heading toward that Grand Canyon Rim Country area. There is, in red here, there is a slight risk of flash flooding happening in these areas in the high deserts there east of Las Vegas and the mountains there. So now, out in the New York, be careful there at the border up north of Williamsport, PA, and up into New York, southern New York. There is a severe thunderstorm watch for tomorrow too as well, June 6th. So be very careful with that as well. Now, looking at the hurricane season, there is nothing out there for the Atlantic, but the Pacific, we could have our next named storm named Barbara, which is given a greater than 60% chance of forming here coming up in the next week, probably by next Monday, coming up next Monday or Tuesday here. So be very careful with that. That's what we have here. But the Atlantic season is quiet. Nothing in the Caribbean, nothing in the far Atlantic, nothing in the Gulf of America, so to speak, as we speak this time. So looking at the water vapor for the lower 48, you can see we have that moisture in Texas, that firm moisture, those high cloud tops, cumulonimbus clouds extending up into the high atmosphere there. That's producing heavy hail. Today they've had June 5th, 2025, they've had heavy hail greater than 2 inches here. This extends just west of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. So places like Weatherford, Texas, Abilene, Amarillo, into Oklahoma. You've been experiencing 2-inch hail and wind gusts exceeding 65 miles an hour. And in some cases, tornado warnings have been issued in those areas in eastern Colorado as well here, and as well as the Panhandle. So those will be the areas of focus for tomorrow too as well for severe weather, as I just showed you on the other map by the SPC. Eastern Colorado, Oklahoma Panhandle, Northern Texas Panhandle, and then in those plain states. So the plain states have been getting the majority of that clash, and that warm air and that cool air clashing, creating this perfect environment. Southeast looks absolutely great with that dry air coming down through the Florida Panhandle and up into Atlanta and up into the Smoky Mountains there. That dry air funneling in there, producing nice conditions there. And then you can see the plume of moisture here that was only given a 10% chance of development by the National Hurricane Center just off the coast of Wilmington and Jacksonville, North Carolina. But this low is going to be forecast to move inland, up a level low there, and it doesn't seem it's going to get any type of extra tropical characteristics there. So we're not having any preseason action here. Or actually, now we're in the hurricane season since June 1st, but we're not having any early season action, I should say, for the next 7 to 10 days in any of the basins as I've shown you before. So this has been the Weather Guru podcast for today, June 5th, 2025. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. And any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll get to them. Thank you.